You're listening to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
Stepping up the ring and onto the mic. Golden locks, throwing chains on tight. I rule the airwaves, I own the night. Crank up the volume, feel the heat. Down, turn up the dial, let me preach. Running this town with a steel cake smile. When the bell rings, I do it with style. I'm the Lord of Saturday night. One hair thunder, taking the mic. Bodies tell the truth, no fear, no fight. Bow down, cause I rule tonight. Taking the mic, bodies said the truth, no fear, no fright. Bow down, cause I rule tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to RAWF After Hours. I am your host, Lord Amadeus, the president and CEO of RAWF, in the game we know and love as Wrestler Unstoppable. Joining me here in Dublin, Ireland tonight, the one and only Ladies and gentlemen, El Vacant. Hola, El Vacant.
Hola, muchacho. ¿Cómo está mi amigo?
Not too bad, not too bad. Enjoying your time here in Dublin?
Always. I had lovely afternoon. I got to see, the mama and papa of Senorita Red over there. That's always good because, man, can they feed you? Ooh. I thought my abuela fed people, but wow. Nobody,
I know, right?
Nobody, there are three cultures on this planet that just feed you. Well, four, really. There's the Mexicans, right? We're really good at that. The Italians, God forbid you try to turn down an Italian grandma with food. The Jewish, same thing, very similar. And apparently the Irish, because they would not let me stop eating.
Right. I mean, Maeve's ma'am sent. She's got tarts out there, and cookies, and I'm still recovering from last night's food. So, but if she brings some in, I won't refuse. All right, let's get started here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Who know Radiversary just a couple weeks away, 2 weeks from tomorrow night. And it's going to be a happening. We'll get to talking about that in just a moment. But I think where we'll start tonight is we'll jump right ahead into the RAWF rankings and how they're looking. So, El Vacant, you want to do your thing there?
I didn't even poured myself a margarita yet. God, all right, hold on. All right, let me pull that up. I know I have it here. Where did I put it? It's somewhere. There it is. Yeah, sometimes I lose track of things. You know how it is. All right, everybody. This is 6 out of 14 matches. Not quite halfway. You know how it is. You know how math works. I don't need to go over this every week. All right, here we go. In 25th place, we have Tigress. Actually, I don't think I've seen her in the top 25 lately. In 24th place, we have Maeve. Oh, I see you out there, Maeve. You're in 24th. Come on, pick up your game. In 23rd place, we have, oh, look at it, clickety-clack. It's a hobo attack. In 23rd place? That's weird. All right, in 22nd place, we have Psy. In 21st place, we have Solitude. I don't know who that is.
He's the ninja. He's a ninja. Solitude.
Well, I guess it makes sense that I don't know who he is because clearly he's an introvert. He's named Solitude. He probably doesn't hang out with the people.
True. Doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah, no. In 20th place, we have Simply the Best. In 19th, are you sure you just didn't add a digit to all of these?
No, I'm sure.
There's like an extra digit from what I should be
sure.
saying.
Oh, wait till you get near the top.
All right. In 19th place, we have Blake Bradley. In 18th place, we have Dr. Kent. In 17th place, we have Wildfire. In 16th place, we have Badass Billy. Now, hold on. This can't be right. You're telling me that Badass Billy is 3 places higher than Blake Bradley.
Yep.
All right. I think there's something fishy. In 15th place, we have Claymore. In 14th place, we have Sassy Applebee's. In 13th place, we have Jason Richter. That's fun to say, actually. I have to come up with a good way to say that one. I like that one. In 12th place, we decided it's Chev, right?
Yes.
Like Chevy Chase? Yeah. All right,
yes.
So Chev. In 11th place, I love that he's not in the top 10. In 11th place, the current world champion, Teflon Sheik. That's right. Not in the top 10 there, Teflon. In 10th place, we have Christopher Cage. That's surprising. In 9th place, we have Diesel Warrior. In 8th place, we have Michael Brewer. In 7th place, we have the power player, Luke Cage. In 6th place, it's a little surprising. Honey Apples in 6th place. In 5th place, Killer Neptune. All right, now I know this is a bullshit list. Mr. Third Place isn't in 3rd place. This, all right, you're giving me the look, but you know I'm right. In 4th place, we have Denzel the Giant. In 3rd place, the person who LA swoons when they say his name. That's right, Minifee is in 3rd place currently. In 2nd place, Miss Beautifatal. Go her. And in 1st place, okay, maybe this is accurate because it's in 1st place is the paragon of greatness.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out, Paragon. The French Canadians are following you close behind right now.
Wait, weren't they just on a thing where one of them had to speak nothing but like French for a period of time?
Indeed.
Did you have to translate everything they said to score them?
Indeed.
I'm sure you love that.
No, I mean they had some good stuff to say. This is the most into it. This is Miss B better than I've ever seen her in these first 6 matches. I mean, incredible. And we're not talking about easy opponents either. So Miss B right now is, and as well as Minifee, both having a hell of a period thus far. Let's take a look. I'm gonna get this up here. Let's take a look at. There they are. So yeah, I mean Miss Beautifatal, Miss B, in 2nd place after almost halfway through, which yeah, shocking. I don't believe she's ever been even read in the top 10. So congratulations to Miss B. Hope she keeps it up. And Minifee, I mean, how do you explain it? She's better.
I explained it by a certain blonde is biased, but
no.
I know what she did. She showed up at every match and she just said your name and you swooned. Top points.
No, didn't happen.
No, all right.
No.
I'm just saying you can't tell me that there's not a reason to think that.
I'm telling you that right now those 2 ladies are kicking some serious ass. All right, both of them undefeated after 6 matches. All right, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 undefeated people at 6-0. Yeah, 7 people, and they are 2 of them, as well as Paragon. It's Paragon, Miss Beautifatal, Minifee, Honey Apples, Sassy Applebee's, Claymore, and Solitude are all undefeated. Claymore is so low because for some reason he's clammed up a little bit as compared to normal. And well, Solitude seems to be the skinny Sisaloo. So
The skinny Sisaloo.
I don't know. The ninja version of Sisaloo. Although he does have one trash talk point, which is,
Did he say good match?
yeah, probably, or good luck, or something to that effect, sure. And he at least posted his wins in Superstars, so there's a few points there, too. But yeah, that's a interesting start to this rankings period, to say the least. How will it end up? We'll find out in a few weeks. But I have to say, first of all, scenes coming out have been crazy. So we'll see. We shall see. All right. So that is your top 25 as of 6 of 14. Let's now take a look. So, Superstars, as we know, coming to us live from the O2 Arena here in Dublin. And it's interesting. We're kind of on a weird streak here now, El Vacant. After a streak of people holding that Superstars title for at least a few weeks, we've now had 4 straight title changes on Superstars. 4 straight times that the Superstars title has changed hands. Last week, Kenta defeated Claymore to become the new Superstars champion. It's actually the second time he's ever been Superstars champion. So, but you know what? Before we get to that, I did skip. We need to get to some GM reports. We'll come back to the card tomorrow in Ireland because it kind of goes with my report here, my report as well. So we're going to start with some GM reports. We'll start with the Immortal Griffith and his RFC reports. Does he have one?
Yes, I do. We are down to the last week, and the points are such that we only need to do one match because there's only 2 people who can possibly win, and that is, let me find my paperwork here. That would be Blake Bradley versus Denzel the Giant. They are currently sitting at 90 and 85 points, respectively.
All right. And then the current Iron Fist champion is Chris Cage. So one of those two will face Chris Cage, hopefully at Radiversary, correct?
Yes. That need to check with Maeve to see if that match has been made yet. But if not, hopefully it'll be made tonight or tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good. Anything further?
Nope. That's it.
All right. I've got a tag team report here. Well, basically, tags round 6 just went out a little while ago. So everybody's final matches of the tag team season are out. And no updated rankings thus far this week. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks, we will know who will face the tag team champions, Spice and Flame? That's right. Spice and Flame, Wildfire, and Big Papa.
Spice and Flame.
All right, Powerball.
They sound like they should be a restaurant. Yeah.
Powerball contendership tournament is completed, and the winner was Redneck Avenger.
Ooh.
So Redneck Avenger will indeed face the Paragon of Greatness for the Powerball Championship at Radiversary. More on that in a little bit. Speaking of Paragon, do you have an Ultimate Gauntlet report for us?
Voici les rapports sur le gauntlet. We have, speaking of the French Connection, we have a interesting report between the two of them because the last we were left off, Mrs. B had just ended her very impressive run in the Ultimate Gauntlet at the hands of Magnificent Michael, who would then go on to strangely end the best run we've had in a while by count out, losing to Anthony Patrick in a very slow crawling match. Anthony Patrick would do a bit of a classic gauntlet move because we would then have Anthony Patrick win a second match in the gauntlet, also via count out, going on to a third match after beating Magnificent Michael and after beating after beating Magnificent Michael, would go on to a third match. This would then lead into Anthony Patrick going up against Minifee. Minifee would defeat Anthony Patrick, and Minifee is currently in her second matchup taking on Toxic Megatron Avenger.
All right. Well, with considering the role that Menifee's on, I would not be shocked if she can run the gauntlet. I'm curious. Can you tell us who, if she gets past Toxie, uh, who she would have to face in preceding matches?
Well, that if she was able to get past Citizen Toxie, we will have herself at 2 victories with a possibility of one of 4 people. Of course, this will be randomized at the time of the match, so I cannot say exactly who it is. But in order to run the gauntlet, she will have to beat 3 of 4 between Blake Bradley, Sean the Hitman Hurd, Strangleheart, and Jobu. So
That's
there
a
are some
murderous
heavy hitters in there.
Yeah, there are some heavy hitters in there, but tell you the truth, Menifee again has been on quite the roll, so we'll see. We shall see. All right, thank you, Paragon. We now turn to Maeve O'Hare with the return of a very special event. Maeve, take it away, please.
Good evening, Vossman. Good evening, Vacant.
Oh, hi.
Did my
Good to
mom
have-
stuff you a little full last night?
Oh God, yeah, no, that's what she asked. All right, that's
My mom certainly did not.
yeah, no, yes. Oh my God, the food was incredible.
Wow. She's always
you know-
pleased to see you both. And as I said,
I think she's just pleased to see my appetite.
my mom doesn't know how to cook a small meal.
That's good because I don't know how to eat a small meal.
There's some treats. I'll bring in the tray when I come in for my proper slot. But there's some biscuits and some tarts and bar
I went out and got a biscuit. Sorry.
I mean, you can have as many as you like. We're gonna leave the tray out there till I came in for my actual segment. But yes, so I'm excited to announce that I've brought back This Is the Way for a second season. We're doing things slightly differently this year. I've kind of streamlined it a little bit to make it a little easier to follow along and hopefully make things move more smoothly than they did last season. I want to reemphasize something I said in my scene as I were posting the week 1 matches. Reading is fundamental, and a lot of you are leaving points on the table. So
I'm going to point out we work in an industry where CET are the biggest initials. CTE.
I mean, that seems like CTI, a personal problem.
One of those.
All the instructions are on the task.
TBI.
So I'm just going to remind folks that reading is fundamental. There are currently 2 people who have successfully followed all of the directions and so have max points for the week. One of those is a dark side competitor, Teflon Shake. The other is sitting right out there in the green room, one of the light side competitors, Jason Richter. So congratulations, Jason. Week 2 will be going up as soon as week 1 is finished. I'm waiting on 2 matches on the dark side and 3 matches on the light side. But some folks look like they're awful close to timing out, which is something you don't want to do, folks, because that means you get negative points for the week. So don't do that if you can possibly help it. But otherwise, I am excited to get everyone involved in this. I was very pleased with the turnout. Got it filled up in less than 24 hours, which is always nice to see. So thank you to everyone for participating, and I will have updates as the event progresses.
All right, thank you, Maeve, and yes, we'll see you in a little bit with some more of them baked goods. I can't wait. All right, next up is Hatfield and McCoy, and ladies and gentlemen, both Hatfield and McCoy tournaments are over, and the winners of those 2 tournaments. Well, let's go back to Superstars for that announcement. So tomorrow here in Dublin. As you see, the lovely Maeve front and center. First of all, earlier today, Blake Bradley put out a scene, open challenge for the men's championship. Several people went in there. He made a list, and he chose Anthony Patrick as his challenger tomorrow. Well, I mean, give man credit where credit due, willing to give lesser talent, or at least unproven talent, an opportunity here. What do you know about Anthony Patrick, Elvagan?
That he's not very good.
Yeah.
It seems to be someone just padded his score. That's what it seems to me. I mean,
Well, I mean,
let me go pick the easiest fight I can find.
it's better than picking no fight at all.
Sure, I guess. Sure.
Because anything can happen.
Look, the likelihood that his random draw would have been an easier match than this, however, is low. I'm gonna go with low.
I mean, the man is so green he doesn't even have a nameplate. I had to make that one on the fly. So
I mean, I look, and to be fair, he's not the only person who's recently had some matches with some really green people. So
yeah,
we'll talk about that later, I'm sure.
But let's look at it this way: if somehow Anthony Patrick wins that men's championship tomorrow in
Blake will
Dublin,
kill himself.
Blake will and it will have to be the upset of the year.
No, you were right the first time.
The century. I mean, think about this. He hasn't done anything. As a matter of fact, let's look at his rankings in this current rankings period. You know what his record is? Would you like to guess what his record is?
Which Anthony?
Anthony Patrick's
how many matches?
How many matches?
And you did what? 6 matches so far?
Yes.
So 0-6.
You are 100% exactly right.
Yeah.
0, 6, and 0. He does have one scene bonus point, but he's currently sitting at -4 points.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
also, by the way, Mr. Sizable Guy, it's Jesus is not mine. It is El Vacant. Not Jesus. Don't be racist.
But at any rate, so that match, Anthony Patrick getting the opportunity of a lifetime tomorrow. If somehow, some way he wins that men's championship, no doubt an upset, one of the top upsets in RAWF history. There's no doubt about it. But then we have for the Superstars Championship a really good matchup. Kenta, who defeated Claymore last week to become Superstars champion, now has to turn around and face Destroyer. Will we have a title change for the 5th consecutive Superstars Elvagan?
Yes. Yes,
I agree.
I say yes.
I agree because I can tell you right now from having a conversation with Kenton in this early week, he's already looking far ahead. He's got long-term plans for this championship, and with this is the one championship you cannot.
You don't do that. Yeah, that's not.
You don't do that.
Long-term is like 3 weeks from now.
Right. Well, he wants to be able to defend that title at Radiversary, and
which the thing we don't really do.
We've done
it. It's been done.
It has been done once before, but depended on pay-per-view, and it will not. It can happen, but he wants to do that. It's like, don't you think you got to worry about getting through the next 2 weeks first?
Yeah, get through this week, then see who you draw next week.
And I can tell you who he draws next week.
Oh, do tell.
I do tell. I told him. Let's see here. Let me look.
I mean, if I had last month's rankings, I could tell you. But I don't.
Fusion Skull.
Oh, he'll get past that one. All right, that's.
I mean, not necessarily. Don't say that. Fusion had himself a pretty good month, so.
Sure. And then he'd have to get past Fusion Skull to go to the next person. Okay.
Well, I mean, if he gets past Fusion Skull, then we might be possibly talking about a possibility that he could defend that title, but we would have to have the discussion first. But at any rate, so that is, but if Destroyer beats him, that's all well and good. And Destroyer looking to win the title for the 3rd time. So there's that. And then finally, in our main event, for the Hatfield and McCoy contendership. Gee, does this look familiar to anybody?
Oh, that's gonna be.
We are getting a Radiversary preview of the Radiversary main event tomorrow night in Dublin.
I'm gonna point out a little interesting RAWF history fact. This happens from time to time, right? Where we have a major match at a pay-per-view, and the week before, due to whatever reason, those two people end up having a match right before, right?
It's happened a few times, yes.
Yeah, and it has never boded well for the sitting champion. Ever.
I mean, that's just true. And I don't disagree with that at all. So Teflon Sheik won the Hatfield. Chris Cage won the McCoy. And so tomorrow they will square off one-on-one to see who will face Denzel the Giant for the Hatfield McCoy Championship at Radiversary. And you just already kind of answered the question I was going to ask you. What effect does this match play on that main event?
So here's the thing. Honestly, in this case, I don't know how much of it's going to have, because they were in a stable together just, a few months ago. They know each other really well. It's not like either one's going to learn much about the other in this fight. They know how the other fights. They helped train each other up until, 6 months ago? Is that right? Something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think what's going to really happen is this is going to create momentum. And I think there's a strong likelihood that whoever wins this match wins the Radiversary match.
All right. Well, I'll remember you said that for future.
Unless somehow she wins this match and then
I was going to say, I think you might be changing your tune.
What? Why would? What do you think I am? Teflon Cheek?
But at any rate, we are getting a Radiversary main event preview tomorrow when these two lock up for a shot at the Hatfield McCoy Championship at Radiversary. Care to make a prediction on this?
Sorry, my mic muted there. What? Actually, my mic and headset. What
Who
did you say?
Which of these two wins tomorrow?
Oh, I got to go with Chris.
All right, I'm taking Sheik.
You really think that Sheik is going to take out Chris Cage with the way Chris has been and the way Sheik has been?
I think that if Sheik wins tomorrow, it doesn't bode well for him at Radiversary.
Oh, so you think it's the opposite? You think that whoever loses this match is going to go into Radiversary pissed off?
And and let's put it this way. Sheik wins this match, he now is in 3 title matches at Radiversary. Chris Cage loses, he's only in 1.
Oh, might be in his best interest. But he really likes that belt.
But then again, I take that back because he will probably have to defend the RFC. So basically, the winner will have 3 matches at Radiversary, the loser 2. So,
well, now I gotta ask. I gotta root for Chris Cage. That's one less match I need to watch. Teflon.
Fair enough. Should be a hell of a match tomorrow for the Hatfield McCoy Championship, leading up to their huge match at Radiversary. All right. So, speaking of Radiversary, let's take a look at what we've got so far for that. It's going to happen 2 weeks from tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. The RAWF Hall of Fame ceremony, induction ceremony will happen at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as well as the big card at Rocket Arena 2 weeks from tomorrow night. Let's take a look at what we've got thus far. We have the casket match between Mark Caliber and the Pirate King, the Soul Reaper, and I believe something happened just the other day that Soul Reaper wants to talk about here later in the program. I believe he was ambushed by Mark Caliber, so he's a little upset about that. But I don't know about you, but I think if somebody had kidnapped someone I cared about very closely, I'd be attacking him at every chance I get.
Right? Oh
So,
no! Someone got mad at me for doing horrible illegal things. I'm so mad that they're mad at me.
yeah, exactly. But at any rate, so I mean, what did he expect? Powerball Championship match: the Paragon of Greatness versus the Redneck Avenger. 2 Hall of Famers going at it for the richest prize in RAWF. Your thoughts on Paragon versus RA? Paragon's already said he was hoping RA would win it.
He was, and this is no disrespect to RA. Paragon seems to be back on top of his game, as you know, he's sitting in first place again. And if that's the Paragon that shows up for this match, RA's in for a rough night.
At the same time, RA has been a better version of himself.
You're not wrong. I'm not saying it's a blowout. I'm just saying rough night.
Well, RA is used to rough nights.
That's true. In fact, I think he pays more for rough nights.
Exactly. All right. So then we have, for the Multimedia Championship, Brewer versus Maeve O'Hare. Maeve already holding a victory over Brewer in the Multimedia Contendership match, which has got to be, that would be in my head if I was Brewer at this point. I mean, yeah, I've got the Multimedia title after being Kenta in that Hell in a Cell a couple weeks ago. But at the same time, now I've got to turn around and defend it against the woman that beat me a couple weeks ago in that huge contendership match. Your thoughts?
Look, Maeve's going to win. Brewer should just accept that now. Get used to it. And then we're going to have some of the greatest RAWF online programming ever.
Well, I mean, that is definitely a lot of the fans are hoping for that, no doubt about it. But then again, never underestimate Michael Brewer. And I mean, he's been doing this for years. And when he wants to keep, I remember back in CSW days, he held a title. It was almost impossible to tear it away from him. So we shall see there. Triple Crown Championship match. It will be the Immortal Griffith defending against DW and Chev. One of got 2 Hall of Famers and 1 up and comer that could shock the world at Radiversary. What are your thoughts on this?
I was kind of waffling up until recently because, you know, Griff has been in a weird place and he's not. But, you know, ever since he won this belt, he's kind of going back to his old self, especially in this last week. We just saw him. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. But, we saw very good signs of the Griff of old. And if the Griff of old shows up to this match, I do not like DW's or Chef's chance.
All right. Well, we shall see. That one's going to be a good one, to say the least, I think. I'm assuming Griff will win, but then again, I've always given the advantage to Triple Crown champion, whoever it is, because they have a huge advantage. They get to go first in both tons. Fubar City Championship. Teflon Sheik defending against Minifee. We already talked about the role Minifee's on right now. I'm expecting her to go into Radiversary and win that Fubar City's championship.
As am
I. I mean, Sheik's already going to have a possible 2 other matches, including that main event against Chris Cage. I think Minifee holds all the cards here. So yeah. Let's. I'm going to predict Minifee wins the Fubar City Championship at Radiversary.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and I think how funny that will be when someone like Minifee is walking around with that belt on her shoulder. Not that it's like I think it's funny that she could do it. It's just like that's not how she presents herself, right? Minifee doesn't present herself as this like back alley brawling, tough, mean, macho bitch. No. She presents herself as an upscale lady, right? Who just so happens to be able to kick your fucking ass.
Yeah, pretty much. pretty much. And I wouldn't say she's never presented herself as a bitch because
It was the whole thing. It's the whole thing. I'm not. You can't break it into pieces.
At any rate. So Menifee challenging Teflon Sheik for the Radiversary Championship. This should be a good one. Midnight Hobo Championship, a rematch from Love Hurts a couple of months ago. Iceman Jer will once again defend the Midnight Hobo Championship against Hotshot Chaz, and right now Jer's got a pretty good hold grip on that Midnight Hobo Championship. But Chaz, I think this is a must-win for Chaz, don't you think?
I mean, it kind of is. And here's the thing. Every time we talk about this, I change my mind about who's going to win.
Yeah.
Like, this is the third week we've talked about it, and I've changed my mind twice.
Yeah.
And I think I changed it again.
All right. So who's your prediction?
I think I'm back to Jer.
Oh, okay. So next week it'll be Chaz again?
Maybe. Depends on what's going on. I've been just paying attention to their matches. I think Jer is neither one have particularly great month, but I think Iceman has shown me more in the ring.
Well, Jer actually had one hell of a match against Extreme Enigma. Kind of really tore it up with him, and
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I saw a hint of the Jer that got his way to the Midnight Hobo Championship. So we shall see. Should be a really good one for that Midnight Hobo Championship. Should also
For the
be
record, Steve, I have said that in the past.
All right, national championship on the line. Killing Neptune looking to defend against Denzel the Giant. Right now, Denzel's been looking really good, and I tell you what, had he not tripped up in his sixth match, he would probably be in the number one spot ahead of Paragon of Greatness. But because he did lose that sixth match, is the only reason he fell down to fourth. So,
right, which puts him neck and neck with Killa on the chart.
Yep, exactly. These two are neck and neck in the rankings right now, hanging around that top 5 area. So this could be a lot bigger than just the national title. Your thoughts?
I don't even remember what I said last week, to be honest. I think I went with Killa, but even if I didn't, I am now because of the way they're sitting in the rankings. They're having very good times. Like I said, Killa's not going to be concerned about Denzel's size. He's used to that because of his family. He's used to fighting bigger, stronger opponents than he is. It's kind of how he's made his career. I think because of Champion's advantage, he's going to pull it out. Even if his brother doesn't have faith in him.
I mean, Paragon does have a point, though. Denzel has a pretty good win-loss record against the Opig Brotherhood.
Sure.
So, should be a hell of a match for the national title. And then for the Platinum Dragon Championship, and I lied. I said Chris Cage only had one match. Don't guess wrong.
You're wrong.
I was wrong. The blonde came out once again.
Yeah.
Because he will be defending that Platinum Dragon Championship against Luke Cage, and might even
which is weird because it's a cage match while not being a cage match.
Yeah, it's a cage match that's not in a cage. That's exactly it.
I mean, we could put it in a cage.
I mean, we could, but they would have to. I don't think so. Should be a hell of a matchup here. Who gets the dub and walks away with the heart and soul of RAWF?
I got to stay with Chris on this one. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. And I will be very happy for Luke if he wins. I'm not saying this as a shot at him at all. He's a great guy, very talented. I'm really happy he's back and he's been shooting up the charts. I just think Chris has his eyes on a goal right now. And here's the thing. In the last couple of years, every time Chris has really, really gotten a fire under his ass about I'm going to do a thing, he has done that thing, right? Every time.
Mm-hmm.
And right now he's got a fire under his ass to be one of the very, very few people to ever hold both the World Championship and the Platinum Dragon Championship at the same time. And he can't do that if he manages to lose one before he even gets to the main event.
This is true. Plus, Luke has his own issues dealing with the returning Alistair Fiend, who attacked him not too long ago, and those two are still having words, even though Alistair Fiend yet to step back into an RWF ring. But that is so. He might play a part in this match. We never know. And then finally, we have to talk about this matchup again, because not only is it happening tomorrow on Superstars, it's happening 2 weeks from now, but this time the stakes are the biggest they've ever been. The World Heavyweight Championship on the line, Teflon Sheik, Chris Cage. And we've already talked about how that match tomorrow could affect this match at Radiversary. So...
And what I just said about Chris Cage a moment ago is doubly true here.
Yep, agreed. Which, maybe that motivates him to win both the matches, because, if he were to go on to Radiversary and defeat Denzel for the Hatfield-McCoy Championship, retain his Platinum Dragon Championship, and win the World Heavyweight Championship, I do believe he may be the first person to hold those 3 titles all simultaneously.
Let me think. What's the third one again?
Well, let's see. When Alec Remington and Mordrin were champions, the Hatfield-McCoy didn't exist.
Correct, so it can't be that.
I'm 90% sure the Immortal Griffith
is one of them, but I think he's only held the Hatfield-McCoy once or twice, so I don't think it was during either of those when he had both of those.
Right.
It may have been when he had 7 belts, but when he had 7 belts, he didn't have both of those.
Right, exactly. And I'm pretty sure. Well, Mithras is a 2-time Hatfield-McCoy champion.
I don't think it was when he had both, though. I think that was later.
Let's see. It was in 2021 and 2022.
Oh, maybe then.
It's possible. Let's take a look at Mithras's. So Mithras last held the world title in 2022, but he only held it for 4 weeks.
Yeah, and I don't think that's when he had Platter Dragon.
He held it in 2000. He held it from March of 2020 to November 2020, but that I don't believe Hatfield-McCoy.
No, I want to say it was during that record long one that he had as well.
Yeah.
That he held.
So, yeah, I don't think he ever has. I don't think he held all 3 titles at the same time.
I didn't think so.
So that is something that Chris could do. Certainly. We shall see. But at any rate, this is going to be one hell of a match at the main event of Radiversary. And, of course, also at Radiversary, the RAWF Hall of Fame inductions, starting out with Blake Effin Bradley, continuing on with Wildfire, followed up with Tigress, including Haruki, and last but not least, well, we don't need to show his picture. It's just a kind of redundant at this point. I'm just kidding. Of course,
I look good in that picture. Goddammit.
You do look good in that picture. It is El Vacant going into the RAWF Hall of Fame. So, hell of a class. Cannot wait for Radiversary in just a couple of weeks' time. Alrighty. So, with that being said, let's start out with the reigning Powerball champion. Let's bring him on to discuss his big matchup with the Redneck Avenger at Radiversary. Ladies and gentlemen, he is...
Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he lost his patience. Look at me now, paragon of greatness. First of the fallen and last of the old gods. No use fighting because you can't beat those cold odds. Beginning of time and the end of days. Civilizations crumble under his gaze. Alpha and Omega, the wrath of the God King. Paragon of greatness, about to pin you in that ring. Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he
Ladies and gentlemen, the P to the O to the G, Big Purple, your Powerball champion, the Paragon of Greatness. Good evening, Paragon.
Good evening, Amadeus. I'd fire in with some more French, but I really only know what I learned from watching reruns of Fraggle Rock in French, so I'm about spent.
I don't even know what you said. I was like, but at any rate, well, can you say something in Irish, Gaelic?
Potato. Nailed it.
You nailed it. You nailed it right there. At any rate, so Paragon, you got your wish because a couple weeks ago I asked you, hey, which one of these guys? And there was a list of 5 or 6 people still in that contendership tournament, and you said, well, I would like to see the Redneck Avenger at Radiversary. Well, you got your wish. You kind of wished it into existence. So talk to me now that you've got it. Talk to me about what will happen at Radiversary.
Hey, I mean, first of all, absolutely congratulations to RA because that was a stacked lineup in that Powerball tournament. And even with his Hall of Fame credentials, I think that a lot of people probably didn't have their money going in on Redneck Avenger. So, I mean, hopefully, maybe me calling out that was the opponent that I wanted, maybe that motivated him a little bit. I don't know. Love to see it, though. And, like I've kind of said in the build-up here, Redneck Avenger and I, we have a little bit of history here in RAWF. We've teamed up on a few occasions. He was my enforcer against Santa Claus one year at Jingle Hell Rock. We have a little bit of history as allies, but in a really weird twist of events, somebody who has been here longer than I've been in this company, a Hall of Famer, a champion all over the place. We've never really had a big one-on-one match at a pay-per-view. And that seems crazy to me, like almost unbelievable to me. How has there not been a marquee Redneck Avenger Paragon of Greatness match in all of the years that we've shared this ring? Of course, part of the reason that I wanted to face Redneck Avenger is I know that the man is absolutely magic on the mic. He appears to not be here at the moment, so we may have to save that for kick that can down the road a little bit in one of these upcoming weeks before Radiversary. But I'm also just unbelievably excited to duel on the mic with that man. You know that he's going to bring all of those Redneck Avengerisms, and they're going to be amazing. I'm going to have you can't predict what the Redneck Avenger is going to say. There's no way I can go into a bike battle with that man prepared, and I think that's going to kind of bring the kind of excitement that I haven't had a long time here in RAWF, not since like my early days here on After Hours. The real anticipation of what am I going to do next? What I'm going to have to think on my feet. I'm going to have to scramble. It's going to be very different, but it might be the same kind of magic that you get when the Immortal Griffith and Paragon of Greatness go at it, when you just set up a live mic and say, go at it. I think that Redneck Avenger, one of the most entertaining talkers in the company right now, and somebody that is long due a huge matchup, not against some random opponent, but like against an established, real top star in a marquee match that gets a lot of advertising time, a lot of build-up. Redneck Avenger, I think, has a spotlight opportunity that he hasn't really had for a little while, and I look forward to tearing the house down with him, if you're being honest.
Yeah, it should be a fun match. There's no doubt about it. It's a very anticipated match in my mind, between two Hall of Famers going at it for the richest prize. I love
see what you did
saying that.
there.
I love saying that because $250,000 coins for winning a Powerball championship match is nothing to sneeze at. So, with that being said, Paragon, if RA was here, what would you have to say to him?
Well, I do want to save a little bit of that for when we have the opportunity, but also I can say my piece because I think that a lot of what I'm going to have to say to Redneck Avenger is going to depend on what Redneck Avenger has to say to me, if you know what I'm saying. What I can say, while I'm keeping it a little bit tame, a little bit restrained until the moment, is that Redneck Avenger has this tendency to talk a real big game, bat at that hornet's nest, really piss somebody off and try to motivate them. We saw that with the Immortal Griffith not that long ago. I mean, how many people do you know that go out there and read the riot act to the Immortal Griffith? Redneck Avenger ain't scared of nothing. Yeah, Redneck Avenger is scared of nothing. And that's the kind of thing that I think is one of his greatest strengths and one of his greatest weaknesses, because rest assured, when you tell him to let loose on Paragon of Greatness, he's going to have a thing or two to say to me. He's going to try to poke that bear, and he's going to try to piss me off. And I don't know if he wants that smoke. Look, RA's been around for a real long time. He's a Hall of Famer for a reason. He absolutely deserves all of the recognition he gets. He's a hell of an entertainer. He ain't Paragon of Greatness. So, RA, that's the gauntlet that I'm sitting down. I'm throwing my cowboy hat down, and I'm telling you, come step to Big Purple.
I mean, to be fair, he's not here, but I got to tell you, if anything I've ever learned about RA, he does want that smoke. It's just not whether, it's just a case of whether he should want that smoke.
He got a taste of that smoke a couple weeks ago when he did win the Superstars Championship. So, and he is the Anything Goes champion. So it's not like he's doesn't know what it's like to go to win some gold here as of late. He hasn't forgotten how his winning ways. So we shall see. It should be very interesting. Hell of a match. I'm looking forward to it. Paragon against Redneck Avenger, Powerball Championship on the line. But let's talk briefly about the Hall of Fame this year, Paragon. I know I've already asked you at least twice on your opinions of the Hall of Fame class this year, but maybe you've got a different take on it this week. Who knows? Anything you'd like to talk about as far as the Hall of Fame inductees go?
I mean, first of all, I think that it's going to be an absolute spectacle. Big ups to TNGB over here getting in the Hall of Fame. It's going to be, tacos galore. But El Vacant, with all respect to you, you're going to get a lot more radio coverage time than everybody else. So I'm going to leave my congratulations at that. Let you and LA and all of the radio time you get, for yourself. Obviously Wildfire, former tag team partner of myself, love to see it. I'm actually very excited about Haruki. Haruki was before my time in RAWF, but her induction represents something that I've kind of been standing by for a long time. And that's a lot of these earlier parts of RAWF, some of these people that I kind of, as somebody who loves this company a lot, like really pays attention to the history and lineage of these championships, and it really means something to me. I always get a little bit worried that somebody like a Haruki, who is no longer around to remind us what they did, won't get the recognition that they deserve. And seeing that we are going back and we're recognizing these people that were foundational pieces of the company, that does the heart good for somebody who genuinely cares about this company.
Good take. And yes, Haruki was extremely instrumental in the early days of RAWF, a solid GM, one of the main evented the very first Immortal as World Heavyweight Champion against Mithras, the title machine. So
a thing or two I know something about those main events of Immortal.
Yeah, exactly. So, definitely a huge part of the early days of RAWF was Haruki. And I do hope somehow someone has informed her, or somehow she's listened to the programs and knows she's going, and hopefully she'll show up. But if she doesn't, we'll still celebrate and put her into the Hall of Fame. But thank you, Paragon, for your take. Did you have any final thoughts?
Listen up, RA, I'll tell you this much right now. I know that Paragon, I'm a bit of a dork. I don't try to hide that. I get a bit silly sometimes, but I'll leave you with this notion. When you enter a den of inequity and fear, and when you stand in a pit of villains and thugs, you better damn well believe that the man sitting in the corner wearing a silly party hat and drinking a glass of milk through a silly straw, that's the baddest dude in that room. And don't mistake it. I got confidence for days, and that's why I can be as silly and ridiculous as I want to, because who's going to do a damn thing about it?
All right, indeed. The Paragon of Greatness looking for. Sounds pretty confident going into Radiversary. Thank you for your time, Paragon. You have a good night, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.
All right.
All right, let's get to some event updates because I did kind of skip over those, but some very important ones, including this one, the Zanthur the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament, which hard to believe it's a month into it, and we're getting down to the nitty gritty already.
Right? It's moving fast.
It has moved fast. As a matter of fact, we are in round 4. In round 4, which means the winners of these matchups that I'm about to bring up are in. The winners of those matchups are in the money. The winners of these matchups are guaranteed at least 5 million coins and 500 wrestler bucks. Those competitors are, and actually we already have one winner that's guaranteed 5 million coins and 500 wrestler bucks. We have Juan Solo taking on Denzel the Giant, a former winner of this tournament. DVT, the winner of that the winner of the Juan Solo Denzel the Giant will face the winner of DVT and Badass Billy. The big guy Matinel taking on the Immortal Griffith. The 2-time Zanthur the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament winner Sassy Applebee's taking on Strangleheart. And the winners of those past 2 matches will face each other. The Immortal Griffith may once again come up against Sassy Applebee's in the Zanthur tournament. We do have a winner that has moved on to the quarterfinals. It is Psychotic Rage. He defeated Tremars to the bone to make it into the money rounds. He is guaranteed 5 million and 500. D's taking on Ken Costa. The winner of that will go on to face Psychotic Rage. Solitude is taking on Psy, and Kicker is taking on DW in the round 4 matchups. It's already getting there. It was only a little over a month till vacant, but still some big names left in this tournament. Any thoughts?
Well, Griff appears to have some thoughts out there. But yeah, that's just some interesting matchups there. I feel like any one of the people you just listed could win this thing.
Yes, indeed. And so that is your Zanthur the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament report. Speaking of memorial tournaments, earlier today I did set up a very special tournament that will start at Radiversary. The Judgment Memorial Tournament is officially in signups, ladies and gentlemen. Go to the RAWF tab on the RAWF homepage. The Judgment Memorial Tournament, it will start May 24th. And we have for the winner 2,500 wrestler bucks. Runner up will get 1,000 wrestler bucks. Each semifinalist will get 500 wrestler bucks, and the quarterfinalists will each get 250 wrestler bucks. That is the payouts for the Judgment Memorial Tournament, which will start 2 weeks at Radiversary on RAWF's birthday, which is apropos because once again, I know I've said it many times, but without Judgment, there would not been an RAWF necessarily as soon as it was or when it happened, because he did indeed give me the company that became RAWF. So do indeed please go and sign up for that tournament. It will start in 2 weeks' time, and I see already we've got almost 3 pages of sign up. So good. I'm glad everyone's getting in there to if not to try to win, if just to remember Judge Mr. RAWF, the Puppet Master, among many other names. And we will be in a way saying goodbye to him with this tournament. All right, other tournaments to talk about here in RAWF that are nearing completion. We have the Extra Points tournament, and right now it is in the final match. It is DW and Wildfire in the finals of the Extra Points tournament. If you look at the rankings that you read, El Vacant, we've got number 17, or we got number 9 and number 17. So someone there is going to get a huge boost between Wildfire and DW. I'm leaning towards DW on this. DW has won the Extra Points tournament before. Wildfire, I don't believe, ever has. What are your thoughts?
I believe you're correct.
So, I mean, but then again, Wildfire, Hall of Famer in her own right, could pull it off. We shall find out here, I'm sure, by the end of the week, if not sooner.
Yeah, I would imagine.
The Arsehole of the month, the winner to face possibly Anthony Patrick. Excuse me. No, most likely to face Blake Bradley for the men's championship at Radiversary. It is in the quarterfinals, and looky here, someone's already snuck himself into the semifinals. It's Chris Cage defeating Strangleheart. I keep saying I don't know how many matches Chris Cage is going to have at Radiversary, but he keeps us up. It's going to be quite a few. Denzel the Giant taking on Teflon Sheik in the quarterfinals. The winner of that match will face the winner of Sisaloo and Mick Devilson. And Chev, the winner between Chev and DVT, will face Chris Cage. So that one getting interesting as well. The Biatch of the month is also getting down to the nitty-gritty. We are in the semifinals. DW taking on Destroyer, and Wildfire taking on the reigning Biatch of the month and estrogen champion, Kicker. So you got Kicker, the reigning estrogen champion, against 3 former estrogen champions, 2 of them Hall of Famers. I tell you what, this month has been incredible for stuff like that, don't you think?
Oh, see, definitely.
So, all right. So that is your tournament report for this week. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. All right, let's bring in the hometown girl, and because I'm getting a little hangry here, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only.
Roshina biot branachna hasnish Tadu farden on roi ragus on babat Tada broira cheter Silagus trill hair muresni havle fi on spine her muroi zinde Kagragam molor gut levelin nice
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program the lovely and talented Maeve O'Hare. Maeve, what you got?
Well, like I said, I've got custard tarts,
Take one of them,
apple tarts,
one of these,
ginger nuts,
the apple one.
shortbreads, and barmbrack.
Mm.
Oh, barmbrack, I'm taking that.
So good.
My mom will be so pleased that you enjoyed the treats. And to answer your question, Jason, it's not a pain in the arse because I'm used to it. You get used to lots of things in this business, I'm sure you know. I don't necessarily know that I would recommend that you start wrestling in fishnets, but, to each their own. How are you keeping? You don't say.
Sorry. Give me a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
take your time. Take your time.
I need a drink. Hold on. Wash this down. All right, that's better. So, Maeve,
Boss man.
a lovely time at your folks last night, as always, and it makes me want to schedule almost every week in Dublin if I can. If we could.
Yeah, I would never complain if you did more shows in Dublin.
No, I'm sure you wouldn't. Unfortunately, maybe if we do one at the start of the year and do another one at the end of the year, maybe we'll have a Jingle Hell Rock in Dublin once. That'd be kind of
I'd
cool.
purely love to be home for Christmas.
Wouldn't you? I bet you would. But at any rate, so facing Michael Brewer for the Multimedia Championship 2 weeks' time at Radiversary. And the good news is you already hold a victory over Michael Brewer in a multimedia contendership match. But
that's still so convoluted, and I would love to crawl inside Kenta's brain and figure out what he were thinking, but
But at any rate, you already hold a win over Michael Brewer, and now that he's the champion, instead of just a fellow contender, talk to me. How high is your confidence? To be honest,
I mean, I think you'll know if you talk to anyone in this locker room that I've got more confidence than I should. I've been told that multiple times by multiple folk. It's interesting because, like as you said, I have the win over Brewer Lad in that contendership match a couple weeks back. But things are different. He's got champion's advantage now. And also it's the same sort of thing that you were talking about with Chris Cage and the Sheik, and that, there's two ways it can go. You either, have that psychological advantage of I've already beat them once, I can beat them again, or you have the contrast of that, which is now they're pissed at me because I beat them once. And I don't know Brewer Lad well enough to say which one I think that it's going to be. I suspect I know which one it's going to be. But I'm not the expert. I'll have to consult with my tag partner out there. I know he knows Brewer a lot better than I do. So I'd like to say I'm confident. I'm excited for this match. I'm excited to go after gold that I ain't held before here in RWF. I always like getting new titles from my resume. But I'm not going to go into this overlooking the fact that I still have to get past someone who's got a lot more experience in the ring than I do. I make a lot of mistakes, but I try never to make the same ones twice. And I have gone into matches before thinking, oh, I just beat him a couple weeks ago. It's going to be a piece of piss. And then, it turns out it's completely different because it's a pay-per-view and it's a title on the line and they're already mad because I beat him before. So I'm going into this match confident, but hopefully not overconfident. It's a fine line you got to tread there.
And this would be your first opportunity at the Multimedia Championship. Am I correct? Or at least it'll be the first time you've had it in your hands if you do win.
It'll definitely be the first time I've held it. I think that I had a match. I know I've had a contendership match for it. I cannot say for sure that I've had a match to go after the belt before. I don't think I have, but this would definitely be my first time holding it, and I'm fairly excited because I've got lots of great ideas for what I want to do with it, assuming that I get my hands on it. And you've already both promised to be part of those plans, so I'm very excited for that. Sibel, I don't necessarily want to get into that part of Kenta's brain. There's like a very isolated section that I'm interested in. The rest of it can stay far, far away.
That seems reasonable.
Anyways, what?
I said that seems reasonable.
Okay, yeah. I suppose if he just got here, let's bring him in. Hold on a second.
What are we? I was late with early.
Ladies and gentlemen, Randolph Mortimer Draw has shown up a little late. Sorry about that, boss. Sorry, I may have been what do they call it, May? Pub crawling here?
I don't know what you were doing. Don't look at me.
I'm just saying. I visited. That got some nice pubs.
For
in
the
it.
record, that does not mean you drank so much you had to crawl out of the pub.
Oh,
I mean, we do have excellent pubs, best in the world here. I won't deny that.
somebody need to tell me that.
You've just been told. What are you wearing?
What's that? I got my purple stuff on still. I can't afford anything else. I drink, you know.
Mayhap you drink a little less and save up for some new clothes.
But you know, I can't find no Mad Dog 2020 here.
We don't have that here. We have actual things you're supposed to put into your body.
No, if
Anyway,
you go to Scotland, though, they have this other drink.
I got a list, I think, somewhere here. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. Is this? No.
You know, for about €2, I would take Randy down to the local parish and have him take something out of the poor box for him.
A parish? What's? I don't need the parish. Okay, so here's what I got here. No, that's upside down. Okay, here we go. Uber Vegan TPO takes on Sassy Applebee's tomorrow. Natalia Nitro takes on Mancunian Maniac. Diesel Warrior takes on Sabian. Ciro El Napolitano takes on Dr. Kent. Redneck Avenger takes on the Immortal Griffith. Holy shit. That's a good one right there, I think.
Did you not make this list yourself? Why are you surprised by it?
I think I did. I just don't remember. Andy Price takes on Denzel the Giant. Sorry about your luck there, Mr. Price. Oh, you think that one's
He's
funny?
going to eat him.
You think that one's funny? I got another funny one for you right here. I got a funny one right here for you. You ready?
I'm afraid now, but yeah, go on.
Mabel Hare takes on Mystic Maniac.
The only way that was funnier is if you had said Steve.
I think Steve's had enough of the Godslayers for now. Ain't so, Steve? It's not even my birthday till the end of the month, Randy. Aren't you generous?
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Wait,
More
when's your
court?
birthday?
The 30th.
It's your birthday?
No, at the end of the month.
It's your birthday?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
2
Well.
more weeks.
Soon, but not now.
Oh, your birthday's at Radiversary?
It's the day before.
I'll make sure to get you something good. I promise. Maybe more fishnets? Anyway.
I can provide my own fishnets.
Where was I?
Finish your list. You just said Mimatch versus Mystic.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Steve the Stud Johnson takes on the Paragon of Greatest.
You know, I take it back. You should do more of your work after you've been pub crawling.
Maybe. Undertaker takes on Crazy Serb. Lady Eviolita. Evil. Why is it Evil instead of Evil? Anybody know?
Ask her, ma'am.
Mick Devilson takes on Lady Eviolita. Rick Nelson to take on Luke Cage. Solitude to take on Knox Boogie. Ken Costa to take on Fusion Skull. Strangleheart takes on Tad Beagle, Dennis. Lars Hellstrom takes on the Minion. Allie Knight to take on Sophia McFadden. Luzon Warrior Queen Falcon Bird Lady Person takes on Aaron McFadden. Starlight takes on Sean Hitman Hurd. Davila takes on Michael Brewer. Dees takes on Simply the Best. I like that song. You guys ever heard that song? Simply the... Don't look at me like that. All right. Draven Blackbird takes on Juliet. The Razor takes on Honey Apples. Badass Billy takes on Mark Caliber. Killer Neptune takes on Magnificent Michael. Cyanide Harvey takes on Slashy. Caden Steele takes on Dark Warrior. Evan Dudley takes on Kitty Kabam. Cougar Knight to take on the Stormtrooper of Death. Tell me, is there a Stormtrooper of Life?
Probably not.
No.
That'd be kind of cool. I think a Stormtrooper of Life would be cool. I don't know
You're
why.
thinking of Finn. He's different.
Hot Cheese takes on Jim Steele. Black Lilith takes on Kicker. Jason Seismo Richter to take on a Hotshot Chaz. Scythe takes on Beasta.
He tried. You good? Don't puke. Do not puke in this booth.
Alright. Sisalu takes on Tigress. Soul Reaper takes on Chev. Papa Shaker takes on DVT. Killin El Lobo takes on Roger the Pirate. Money Sue takes on Eros 15. What the fuck? Who the fuck has a 15 in their name? Is this
Yeah.
Just call her Dizzy.
I'm already that. Thank you. I don't need no more. Olivia McGinnis takes on Wildfire. Big Papa takes on Faith Dunker Reno. Iceman Jared takes on Gorgonio. Toxic Megatron Avenger takes on Psycho Girl. Leo takes on Miss Beauty Fatal. Legend takes on Minifee. Sai takes on Joe Boo. Extreme Enigma takes on Marky Desad. And Hobo Ezekiel and Liam O'Shaughnessy take on Claymore.
Wait, when did
I
Liam
beg
get
your
that?
finest pardon?
Well, Hobo says Liam's his tag team partner. Who am I to argue? That's what he said. He's right. He's supposedly right over there.
What were that?
I don't know. I'm gonna
Please
go
tell me
pat.
someone else heard that.
I'm gonna
Go
gonna
go get yourself a spice bag.
a spice bag. What is that, like a Spice Girl? I could use a
It'll
Spice
make
Girl.
you feel better. Just go to any carryaway and ask them for a spice bag.
You know what I want. What I really, really want? A spice bag.
No, tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
A spice bag.
Yeah, go ask for a spice bag. It'll make you feel better.
Okay. Is there a sporty spice bag? Because that's my favorite.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought, Mithras. I thought a spice bag was an old Spice Girl. Aren't they all old by now? Anyways, okay. Bye-bye. I'm sorry. Well, he was.
Bagora.
I'm sorry, Maeve. While he was doing his thing there, I ate all your cookies.
That's fine. My mom's got plenty more at home.
All right. So what were we talking about before we were rudely interrupted?
Good Lord, I can't remember.
Fishnets.
No, that's what Randy we're talking about.
That's where I'm still focused.
What do you want to know about him?
I approve of them. I don't really need to know anything.
Oh, I love that for you. I'm a fan myself. That's why I have so many.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
That was certainly an experience.
so you had a good chuckle about facing Misty tomorrow in your hometown.
I
want to go back to this Liam thing.
I don't know. I
would think if anyone would know,
I'm in
it would be
touch
you.
with Liam, of course, but he's busy with about a baker's dozen other things. There's no way he's going to be in a ring tomorrow. He's not even in Ireland. He's over in the States right now.
I don't know. I think Randy was a bit pickled.
I don't know if it's Randy or Hobo, but one of them at least is highly mistaken.
If not both of them.
Quite possibly both.
I mean, I will point out, Blake also mentioned him in his list.
Has everyone gone mad?
I don't think I have.
I
Pretty
feel
much.
like if Liam O'Shaughnessy were back, I would be the first to know.
Maybe he's trying to make it a surprise.
I hate surprises.
All right.
I miss Liam too, Sibel, and I will pass on your well wishes. Liam's good folk. If I had a brother, I would want him to be just like Liam. But yeah, I'm going to ignore this strangeness with Liam and focus on the fact that Randy has given me such a generous homecoming present in facing my good friend Mystic Maniac tomorrow in my hometown. I'm so excited.
Well, I'm glad. Should be a great matchup. Paragon versus Steve the Stud Johnson, another
That's
stellar
going to be
match.
another good match.
I'm not sure. Here's the thing. We've got Blake Bradley versus Anthony Patrick for the men's championship. We've got you versus Misty. We've got Paragon versus Steve the Stud Johnson. And who did we say Andy Price was facing?
Denzel
the Giant. What are the chances at least one of those matches is a severe upset?
None. None.
Oh, good luck with that, Steve. Steve, you talk the talk, but you have yet to back it up. I'll give you this. You got a mouth on you. You got a hell of a mouth, which I think, and which it will serve you well in years to come.
This is a place where you need to be able to talk, but you also need to be able to win a match once in a while. And maybe not pick fights with the absolute worst folks to pick a fight with. Take it from me, someone who went and picked a fight with Morcorcra. It don't end well.
All right, Maeve. Thank you very much for your time tonight. Good luck.
Read a book, Steve. Good Lord. Anyway, I will tell my mom that her treats were greatly appreciated. Which were your favorites, Wilson? I'll make sure she puts together a little pack for you to take on the plane when you go home.
All of them?
All of them? All right. That will please her even more. So I will pass that along. I will make sure that I get a going away gift for you. What about yourself, Vacant?
I mean, the Apple thing was really good. I really like that. And that Irish thing that I can never say.
The Barnbrook?
Yeah, that.
All right, I'll make sure that I get those together.
I want to say, I always call it like a barn book or something. I'm like, that's.
I think one time you called it a bar brick.
I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called, but I love it.
It's barnbrack.
Yes, we'll go with that.
All right. Anyway, now I've got to have a dry tea. There's nothing left to eat. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to let my mom know, make sure that she gets some more things baked up for you. And then after the show tomorrow, I get to sit through the Maeve O'Hare Dayton game at home. So
I got some airline peanuts here, if that'll help you.
I'm not having peanuts with tea. That's ridiculous.
All right. I thought I'd help. Ladies and gentlemen, she is Maeve O'Hare, an opportunity at the Multimedia Championship at Radiversary just 2 weeks from tomorrow night. Next up, let's take a quick song break because I've been looking forward to this. You know how last week we played a version of Amadeus style that was popular overseas, Vacant, and I got another one here. It's actually popular here in Ireland from what I hear. So let's take a listen. We'll be back in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. This is RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
Amadeus style. LA style. They call me Lord Amadeus. I am your jukebox hero. I'm not some upstart jobber or your everyday zero. As handsome as Pitt and as tough as De Niro. Try to block job me and I'll kick your rear up. Love my golden hair. All the ladies are all jealous of my golden hair. I love to run a brush through all my golden hair. You people wish you all had my golden hair. I said golden hair. I'm a whip and a mass destruction. You don't know, oh you will know. I destroy those who stand before me. Now you know, so let's go. So all you bitches and you jobbers can kick rocks. Amadeus style. LA style. Boing, 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 boing. Amadeus style. LA style. Boing, 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 boing. Amadeus style. Full bar city. Boing, 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 boing. Amadeus style. Full bar city. Boing, 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 boing. Hey, 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 hey. So I invite you all down to a place called Food Bar City. It's where I am from, and believe me, it's not pretty. You all get messed up because I'm on the committee, and we don't take pity. Watch my hair, you people need to learn not to pull my golden hair. God damn it, shifty, I said not to touch my golden hair. All the fans wanna lock on my golden hair. Yes, my golden hair. I will quench your thirst for carnage like Gatorade. I'm renegade, and when it all is over, I will attain, I will reign till all you POs and you pansies feel the Amadeus style. LA style. LA style. Boing, 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 boing. Amadeus style. Full bar city. Boing, 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 boing. Amadeus style. Full bar city. Boing, 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 boing. Hey, 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 hey. Bad to the bone, but leave my hair alone. It takes forever just to get it to the perfect tone. Bad to the bone, but leave my hair alone. Yes, I know it smells better than my cologne. That's what I'm saying. Amadeus style. Boing, 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 boing. Amadeus style. Boing, 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 boing. LA style. LA style. Amadeus style.
I like that version. What do you think, El Vega?
I'm trying to think who it's reminiscent of. It's almost a little Pussycat Dolls esque. I'm trying to think who else like that kind of genre. It's pretty good though. I dig it.
Yeah, it was very good genre. I almost like it. All right, time. We're gonna get a debut here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The very first appearance on After Hours of Jason Seismo Richter. Let's hear it, folks. For gentlemen, please welcome Seismo, Jason Richter. How's it going, buddy?
It's doing just great, if I'm honest, boss man. How you holding up? I'm doing great, especially now that I've actually, gotten all the crap figured out here in Dublin. Truth be told, I was running a little bit late, real concerned if I was going to get here or not, on account of I got held up at the airport for way longer than I should have because of some nonsense with my luggage. No big issue. It's all handled now. It's all copacetic. So I'm here and I'm ready to take on the next challenge, whatever that may be. So how the hell are you holding up, boss man?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. It's good to have you on the show. So talk to me about your early experience here in RAWF. What's your first impression, or how you've been holding up?
When I got the word here to come round, come talk to you, come be part of the RAWF, I was sold it on this basis. This is the place to be. This is where all of the very best talent in the world congregates. And so far, I got to say it, not disappointed. I am really, really not even stunned. I'm just impressed by every night, every match has a big match feel to it. Everything is a big fight feel. Feels like it could be a championship match somewhere, anywhere, and that's what I'm here for. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's exactly where I want to be, is here facing the best, handing them out on the bet all the time to prove that I am among the best.
And you're certainly showing you had some early success already, making your mark in the top 25, number 13. As of press time right now. So, and that's better than some of the big names, some of the real legends here in RAWF right now. So, talk to me about your early success and how that's gone for you here.
I mean, I'm not gonna hold myself on it. I don't want to get too big of a head about it, obviously. And there's definitely weak spots in the in the old work. There's weak spots in the armor, but that only comes from facing the best. Because look, here's what it is. I've been doing this for decades now. I haven't had that many, but I've been doing the wrestling thing since I was about as tall as your knee. And I'm going to be real with you. You got to constantly test yourself. You got to constantly push yourself. And more than that, victory brings you confidence, but losses bring you intel. Losses bring you stuff to learn from. If you sit there and you get mopey over it, you let yourself get down on yourself about losing a match, even if it's a big match, you're not going to go anywhere. But if you sit there, you take that match and you learn from it, if you figure out what you're about based on that match, what you got to work on, what you did right, then you're going to make yourself better moving in the future. And that's what you got to do. That's what I've been doing all my life. Because look, nobody goes through everything unbeaten, right? Nobody goes through any endeavor completely unbeaten. You want to. You want to have that 18-0 season every year. You want to go through and whoop everybody. But some days it don't happen that way. And so what you got to do is instead go back to the lab and figure it out. In fact, I'll tell you this much right now, folks. Last time we were on radio a couple weeks ago when I got the challenge against Minifee, I'll be honest, I was thinking about coming on radio that night. I was hopped into it, but the issue was right after that match and how everything went down, I wanted to get in the lab. I wanted to get those tapes from your production people, and I wanted to see, while it was fresh in my mind, not just what I did, but what I was thinking while I did it. So you understand, I wanted to figure it out. I wanted to see what I did wrong, and it's like I said when I readdressed Minifee later. Like, look, you got me. I was completely unprepared. I was flat-footed, and ain't no excuse to it. I just got to own that. But here's the thing. Minifee, nobody gets me off guard twice. So I know we're going to do this dance again, you and me. I don't know if it's going to be for that belt, another belt, some other belt, but you're on the up, I'm on the upswing. We're all beating ass out here. So I know we're going to meet up maybe in a month, maybe 3 months, maybe 3 years. We're going to do this dance again, and I'm going to be ready for you this time. Oh, I like the confidence, but here's the thing. When I get back in the ring with you, you're never going to have a reason to call me a jobber again. Got me?
Well, she is a longtime veteran of the squared circle. So
And to be clear, she's French. She doesn't call you a jobber. She calls you a jabber.
Okay, fair point, big man.
So talk to me about this. I just saw Maeve not too long ago in the chat say you worked for her da. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, okay, so there's a whole backstory with this. This goes back a hot minute now. This is before she was even a prospect in the States. She was still building up her name in the ring in her dad's company, Hibernian Pro. She was building her name up there, and what it was is I was at that time learning under big name British legend Johnny Winston, the Manchester Mauler. You may have heard of him, you may have not. Up to you. But know this: the man knows his locks, he knows his holds. He's been doing this shit for 30 plus years at this point. And what it was is I was learning under him directly. He was training me for this part of the ring. And he got the call from Hibernian Pro. And he said, all right, I need a squat team. Can't call them a goon squad anymore because what the internet did to the word goon. Y'all are nasty. You know what you did. Make good, honest, hard-working perverts like myself look bad with that bullshit. So he comes out and says, I need a group. And they're gonna lump me in with a bunch of their big dudes on the team, and I'm gonna go over and be the big nasty heel authority. And I need you to come with me and be one of my enforcers. And so I was the smallest out of those enforcers, which again, admittedly, this is before I had my last couple of growth spurts, but I was still like a decently well-known high school wrestler in the States at the time when I was taking these lumps, and I was trading a lot on my in-ring being able to get a person down on the ground and grind, like I do now. I was trading a lot on that amateur background. But the big thing I was doing in Hibernian Pro was I was there to learn from some different faces, learn in a different place, and to be frank, kind of get whipped around, be the little guy to get whipped around by some of the face big guys, be the guy who gets tossed around and makes them look a little better. Not my favorite role, but you got to take the lumps at some point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And here's a little bit of trivia for you. I don't know if you'll win any bar bets with this, but around here there's the possibility. I am actually the very first person to take St. Bridget's cross from Maeve O'Hare.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. She was still working on. We were both working on our movesets, obviously, working out a lot of the kinks into what we were going to do in the ring. And she comes and says, "All right, all right, little man. Little man, yeah. Again, consider this is me."
Knowing her, it is probably what she said, though.
Consider I was like 5'6" at the time. Like I said, I was still a couple of growth spurts away from being the full package you see before you now. So I was in fact shorter than her at the time. I was shorter than the other rest of the Goon Squad, who are both like 6'10" apiece, 450-pound motherfuckers, just big dudes. And, even Johnny, who's not necessarily a massive dude himself, was still right around 6'1" before I got to it. And so what happens is she says, all right, here's what we're going to do. Even though you're a heavyweight wrestler, I'm feeling good. I've been working my core a lot. And we're looking to put me in a more powerful situation. We're looking to do more power stuff with me. So what I'm needing you is what I'm looking for is I got this crucifix power bomb. I'm gonna call it St. Bridget's Cross, and I need some. And I'm gonna be fishing for it. I'm like, all right, thanks for the warning. I'll know not to, get my head between your legs, which is, admittedly,
No.
admittedly, in the presence of a very beautiful redhead, especially me, with all my high school hormones going on, like,
Yeah. Was her father in earshot when you said that?
if he was, I didn't see it. And
you know what? I'm going to go with no because you're alive.
yeah. So the temptation was a hard temptation to turn down, but I gotta protect myself at that. Yeah, she did call it the Irish. She did call it that, and as a Greek American, I am not allowed to call it that because it's a bit of a slur.
Bad plan is bad.
That's a bit of a slur. You can't just drop the ICB like that if you're not in that group. But what it was is I had myself in warning mode all night because it was we had a 4-on-4 match out in Donnybrook actually, and it was a 4-on-4, and there was a big schmoz on the outside. Now I'd been watching all night to keep her from getting her legs around my head because again, you think that's the setup. That's a setup for any power bomb. We all know this. And there's a big schmoz on the outside out to the corner. And it's just her on the outside on the apron, me on the inside. Now, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get up to the second, third rope. I'm going to do a big, stupid dive on everybody cluster fucking it out in the crowd. I'm thinking, okay, I got hops enough. I can clear the barricade. They've pushed it forward with their schmooging. And
these are all technical terms for you out there.
Yeah, if I'm speaking a little too high for y'all, if I'm speaking a little too high for y'all, I can dumb it down for you. But this is someone from, lot of experience doing all elements of the wrestling biz, and they're all clustered up. I think I'm gonna hop out there and do a big dumb dive and clatter everyone. And instead, as I'm lining it up, I'm playing to the crowd. I'm making them think, oh God, he's about to do a big dumb thing, and I did a big dumb thing, and that was climbing the top of the friggin' turnbuckles in the first place. Because then, as I'm getting myself ready, my arms in position. Suddenly, they go straight out on me. I'm like, shit, what is happening? What? Huh? What? And then nobody told me about this. What? And it's her ass on the second turnbuckle. Her feet propped up there. She shoulders me up from there and hammers me down with this St. Bridget's Cross, like full impact. I wake up 2 minutes later type of shit. She smashed me with this fucking move. She wanted to put me through the ring with this thing. I'm like, you could warn a brother next time, after I woke up having lost the match there. Like, so I don't do a lot of top rope shit specifically because of that. Because that shit, not doing that again. I think after an experience like that, you can understand why I would not want to leave myself exposed at all or take a big, crazy risk like that unless I had it precisely calculated and I knew I had nobody waiting at my back ready to try and hammer me through the ring.
All right, so let me get this straight. I just want to see it. So, as a young lad, you learned three things. You learned you didn't want to put your head between your legs. You learned you didn't want to leave yourself exposed, and you didn't want to get hammered. Did I get that right?
In your manner of saying, yeah, I guess so. Now, I was warned that you tend to make everything dirty, and you know what? We're a
Me?
we're a fucking we're
This
a
is
matched
family
pair.
show, sir.
We are a matched pair in that regard. So we're not getting away from each other in that end.
Kinky.
All right. Well, to change the subject,
Sure.
because you do have a match tomorrow here in Dublin, and speaking of getting hammered, you'll be taking on the one and only Denzel the Giant.
Y-
Who is going to be looking to hammer you?
You sure about that? That's not what I. That's not the matchup I heard for myself. You might want to double check your sheet there, boss man. Because if not, I got to get a different set of tapes from the library before I leave.
Let me double check. I mean,
It is not what you said earlier. I'll tell
You're
you.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. So you're absolutely right. Where was I going? Denzel the Giant was taking on Andy Price.
Correct.
Okay. I was talking about so many matchups earlier. No, you got somebody that's actually this could be worse, or actually I think it is worse. Hot Shot Chaz.
Mm. Yeah, and that is definitely someone who's got a wide breadth of experience himself. I mean, look at the trophy case involved there. That's a lot of gold and a lot of notoriety to go up against. But again, you want to face the best, you want to be the best, you got to go out there and be going up against the best. You can't look. I'm going to be real with you. All right, boss. Get me this. If I wanted to, remind me, when's Radiversary again? Remind me.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Okay. So, if I wanted to, and this is absolutely no slight against anyone here in RAWF, but if I wanted to, I could make 3 phone calls tonight, and by Radiversary be defending a tri-state championship outside of the bait in the backyard lawn of Jerry's bait shop, up against defending against the well-known, well-esteemed Princess Handjob. Okay, I could do that because that's what my connections in this industry look like. But here's the thing: I didn't want to come to a company where I'm going to do everything in 1 year. I didn't want to run the entire gamut of what a company has to offer me in 18 months. If I wanted my career to be defined by that, to be defined by a bunch of matches, by a bunch of, championships from places that didn't have the prestige against people who didn't have the prestige of RAWF, I could, and that would be a life. That's a lot more life than some people get. That's a lot more of a career than a lot of people get. But here's the thing. I know I'm exceptional at this shit. I know I'm a good wrestler. I know I'm a good entertainer. I know I'm that guy who can take the next step. But I got to be around people who've got prestige. I've got to be around people who've got fame. I've got to be around people who have championships to their name. I've got to be around people who are going to test me. I've got to be around people who are going to test me, and Hot Shot Chaz is another test. And it's a test I intend to pass. Hot Shot Chaz is a great competitor. And if I got to go through him to prove that I am also a great competitor, that I am that next guy for RAWF, then that's what I got to do. I got to go in there and I got to figure out, I got to either beat him or figure out what I got to do to beat him. Because if you want to be at that top level, you got to know and figure out how to beat everybody on the roster. You got to see where the weak points in the armor are, what the weaknesses in their game are, and you got to go and figure it out. And that means testing yourself. That means going in and poking and prodding and seeing what it's going to happen. And that's just what it is. So I invite it. I am excited about facing Hotshot Chaz, because that means it's going to be another step where I can go in and prove that I belong in this locker room, that I'm not going to get washed out, that I'm here to shake the foundations of the wrestling world as we know it, and that I am good on my word to that.
All right. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a hell of a match between you and Chaz tomorrow. Just for the record, I've tried to sign Princess Handjob to RAWF, but she keeps blowing me off. So,
I mean,
Wow.
she will do that. She will do that.
I thought that was her cousin.
anyways. All right.
You got to
guys,
reach
no
around
more-
back to her is what it is.
I feel like maybe you were spelling Seismo wrong, boss.
I appreciate you coming on here, Jason, and introducing yourself to everybody, the RAWF faithful here. And hopefully this won't be the last time we talk to you. And hopefully we'll see you in the title picture very, very soon. As it stands right now, there's a decent chance of it. So we shall see. Good luck tomorrow against Hotshot Chaz. And if you see Princess Handjob, tell her I said hi.
I will pass along your best indications for her, your very best salutations.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Seismo Richter.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the rednecked one. He is here. We talked about him earlier. Let's bring him in.
Hit the dirt, stealing my stare. Six pack of engines, I don't fight fair. Rattlesnake blood running through my veins. Mess with the best, you'll be feeling the pain. I'm a renegade, born a ball, raised on rage. Knuckles up, I set the stage. Drinking beer and kicking pain. Ain't no cage can hold my name. A redneck avenger, don't need no crown. But you best believe I run this town. From back road bars to the square circle, ain't no rules when I raise this hurdle. I don't tap out, I don't back down. You cross my line, you're going down.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is indeed the Redneck Avenger. Good evening, R.A. All right.
All right.
It's that damn button. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, all right. Doing good. You got to be doing pretty good right now.
I'm not doing too bad at all.
I mean, first of all, had a hell of a day with Minifee over in Paris. Talk to me about that.
Well, we had an amazing time. Went and got to explore some sites and got to see some things that people don't normally get to see. Then she got to fire the A-10. She got to meet Bert. Bert.
Oh, okay. Yes. I mean, you guys did a lot of fun stuff. I definitely glad you had a good time with Minifee. Talk.
What you have felt, because it's an experience. It's hard to describe, but whenever the entire world shakes around you and you are shooting a bullet the size of a Red Bull can about, 70 a second and destroy something, there is no feeling like that in the entire world. No Teflon. Brrr. Your friends know what that means because they have been on the business end of brrr and disappeared.
Fine.
It's
red
not weird, but
mist.
it's weird because they don't get to talk about it because they don't exist anymore. I mean, it's called the pink mist of freedom, and that's what they get to do.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a good time with Minnie.
That was an amazing time.
But so, as we know, you are the winner of the Powerball Contendership Tournament, which means you will face the Paragon of Greatness for the richest title in RAWF, the Powerball Championship at Radiversary. Two Hall of Famers going at it head to head. Talk to me about. First of all, talk to me about the victory in the contendership tournament.
The victory in the contendership tournament, that was Jobu is like right in that little area with Clay, Snore, and all them folks. You know how much I love him. But, it absolutely was a good fight. I earned it, and by God, I earned it. There was no quarter ass, none given. I walked out on top of that, and I had that little Powerball, and I get to go and fight one of my good friends. I hadn't really got to do a more main event level fight with my friend Paragon in a long time.
Well, he was on here earlier. He had something, he didn't want to say too much because he was hoping that sometime the two of you get together and say it on air, head to head here. But
I was like, about a week in a week's time, we got a little bit of time to do that.
Yeah, we do. Hopefully we can get that done here. But first of all, you talked about, you guys do have a bit of a history. The two of you teamed up on poor old Saint Nick a few years back.
Yes.
And he brought that up, and poor Santa Claus, seriously. Anyways,
ain't nothing like a deer steak.
But yeah, you're gonna be taking on one of the greats, and I think you know that. I think you know what Paragon's all about.
If
Talk
you
to
don't
me,
know what Paragon's all about, you ain't been paying attention for about the last decade. Now,
right?
This man brings it with 2 scoops of whoop ass, and you know what? It's just a matter of, are you man enough to take what he's got to dish out? Are you smart enough to pop out of the way? And are you ready to dish it back? That's how you fight Paragon.
Hey, I mean, that's a good strategy. It sounds like a hell of a strategy, to be honest with you. But let's talk. I mean, Radiversary, that's what, a 13th year for RAWF, and you've been here just about all 13 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And so, well, how sweet would it be to win yourself a Powerball championship on the 13th anniversary of RAWF?
Lucky 13. I'll take it, and I'll take my chances. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a fight.
Agreed. Elvake, anything you'd like to ask RA?
So, because I'm sure you'll go back and listen to it. One of the things Paragon did say is that, you didn't want this smoke. And I assured him that of anyone on this roster who wanted smoke, it was you. You might regret that smoke later, but you want the smoke.
Yeah.
So
bring it.
I feel like this is going to be a great match either way. Like I said, you guys aren't like bitter enemies. You don't have a bad history.
Far from it.
But both you guys, there's a lot of mutual respect. But here's the thing: both you guys, when that bell rings, you kind of leave that aside, and you're there to do a job,
No
and you both do it well, right? That's why you're both Hall of Famers. I guess I just have to ask, what do you feel is your biggest strength against someone like Paragon?
Patience.
Okay.
Smart man chooses his fight and chooses his strikes when it is time to strike. And my full attention, no matter what else is going on in the W world, will be on this match. That ain't a guarantee, but you know what? Nothing in life is a guarantee. But one thing I can guarantee is this is going to be something the sports writer is going to be writing about. That's all there is about it.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to see this matchup go down. And yes, the two of you next week are going to have to come on here together and talk about about it next week.
Something to talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let's make that. Let's try to get that. Make that happen next week. Sound good?
That is going to happen next week. I'm sorry I missed him tonight. Wish he was still on. We'll pull him back.
I mean, we could, but unfortunately, we're running a little late as it is. Still got a couple people left to talk to here. So if you, let's try to set that up for next week here. Have something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Paragon. You just wait. Whenever I'm pulled on, or whenever you're pulled on, we're gonna play ball, brother. This next week, I got a match with Griff. Never has anyone ever said that Griff is a warm-up match, but hey, brother, if I'm walking in that air, you warm-up match. Don't know how it's going to go out. Don't mean I'm going to win it, but it does mean you're going to get a fight. And don't get your feelings hurt if your back's pinned.
All right, RA. I hate to cut it short tonight with you, but again, running long. Still got a couple people to get to, and congratulations on winning the Powerball tournament. And good luck to you against Griffith tomorrow, and then good luck to you against Paragon here. We'll hopefully get you two together next week to discuss the Powerball Championship.
Oh, we will. Thank you.
That was Redneck Avenger, ladies and gentlemen. Your Anything Goes champion, and could be possibly your next Powerball champion. Next up, let's talk to a man who will be in a casket match at Radiversary. Everybody, please welcome.
There's a place where the sea forgets the living, where the tide drags down every name it's ever heard. Sailors say if you listen close on a moonless night, you can hear him calling, the king beneath the waves, the one who drowned and never stopped sinking.
Oh, the lanterns fade on the blackened sea, and the cold fog curls like a ghost round me. Hear the creak of the mast where the dead men swing, for the tide obeys the drowned king.
There's a knock on the hull where no hand should be, and a shadow crawls up from the hungry.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Pirate King, the Soul Reaper, joining us now. Good evening, Reaper.
Good evening.
Well, wasn't a good week for you as you were attacked post-match by Mark Caliber.
Yeah, and from behind, too, which is a coward's move.
Is that more cowardly than kidnapping somebody?
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. Like,
Oh, I've never done... I guess I see your point there. Mark, if you're out there, why don't you come on in here?
I'm just saying, you kidnap something I like, I'm probably going to attack it every chance I get to.
All right. Mark, you out there? You listening?
He was out there. He's listening, and whether he can call in or not, but we're talking to you right now. So the casket. I mean, this is heating up. You got 2 weeks till this casket match with Mark. If he beats you, are you gonna? I mean, eventually you're gonna have to return Winter. Otherwise, it's going to become a problem.
Although it should be noted that the last time I was in a casket match in RAWF, I actually won.
And that's great,
And it might become a felony.
Because I believe it was tropical aggression in Brazil. I stuffed Psy into a casket.
Okay, so you have been in a casket match. You do have the experience, but Mark's been in his own different types of matches of
Oh,
similar.
I know.
I
I've
mean,
studied his history. I've watched his
so
match tapes too.
Mark is no stranger to matches of this nature. So you're not in for an easy go of it at Radiversary, even though you already have a victory over him, technically. You know, this is kind of his forte, really. This type of match. So you may have you may have dug yourself a shallow grave.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be the first time. They've been trying to kill me for years, and they still haven't done it.
But so this is your last chance to tell Mark. Well, this is your chance to tell Mark since he's not here, and maybe he can respond next week or whatever he wants to do. Tell him what you're planning for him at Radiversary.
Oh, I've already figured out that we're both going to go through hell, and probably neither one of us is going to come out of it unscathed. And also, I'm having a little bit of trouble now containing Winter.
There's a winter is coming joke there, but I'm going to let it lie.
Yeah.
I thought she was just breathing heavy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no, RA. Reaper, I hate to press your time here.
No, it's good. I know you're pressed for time right now.
Yep, still got another person.
I've got one more warning from Mark before I sign off.
All right.
After that attack from behind, Mark, from here until Radiversary, it's attack on sight. Everywhere you are, watch your fucking back.
All right. That is the Pirate King Soul Reaper, ladies and gentlemen. Casket match against Mark Caliber in 2 weeks' time. Good luck to you, Soul Reaper, and you have a good night, sir. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, your Triple Crown champion is here. Please welcome.
From shadows deep, he rises, a warrior born of fate. We're stealing his eyes. The tempest shall not wait. Memento mori, the call echoes through the night. His spirit will not fall. Ready for the fight. Griffin Davian, the immortal one, eternal champion. His war's never done. Hunter of monsters, affection of one. In a world that's broken, he stands with none. The tempest rages. His head held high. An immortal legend that will never die.
Ladies and gentlemen, the immortal Griffith is here. Good evening, Griffith.
Good evening. Good evening. Really made me follow that. That's what you made me follow. All right.
Well,
cool.
somebody had to. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's fine. It's fine. First you go for the
hey,
Timu, then you
is
go
that
for
a
the real
is
one.
that a biscuit in your hand?
Nope. No, it's
Give
mine. Go
give
away.
let me have the biscuit. Come on.
No,
You
mine.
had
You took the whole goddamn plate.
you've got your entire you got decades and centuries to have more biscuits. I only got a few years. Now,
Ow.
give me,
You still want it?
no.
I'm gonna fill out with flowers.
Will you hurry up?
All right. No,
No.
all right. There we go. There we go. Good. You sure you don't want it? Oh,
No,
let me just lick it a little first. No. Here you go.
No, that's okay. I'm fine, thanks. Last thing I need is immortal cooties. Anyways, Triple Crown Championship coming up in just a couple of weeks. We've got DW and Chev, and we've had a couple of weeks to talk about it because we've known for a couple of weeks. But any new thoughts you have on this matchup?
No, not really. I think I'm going to go into Radiversary holding this title, and I think I'm going to come out of Radiversary holding this title.
That's a pretty simple strategy. I must
It really
admit.
is. It really is. Because, and if you wonder why, you're like, why I think that? Because I'm fucking me. That's why.
I mean, it's not like Sassy Applebee's is in the match, so you should be.
Wow. She is stalking me. This is ridiculous. But at least I won't face her until I'm already in the money rounds this time.
This is true. You didn't match up. You didn't get the matchup. In the right before the money rounds. You get.
Yeah. But with the people you've listed, so there's one time winner left and one 2-time winner left.
That is correct.
So it is possible to have another repeat.
Yes, it is still quite possible. Still a 2 in 16 chance here.
Something like that.
Yeah. 2 in 16 chance of a repeat winner, but right now, talk to me about the big guy Madinell. Who the hell is that?
Big Matt's he's a good dude. He's I've worked with him in the indies many times. He's quite good. I think I come out better more often than not with him, but I don't want to jinx myself. He's quite talented. I'll give him that. He's not the greatest on the mic, but in the ring he's pretty solid.
I mean, he and Juan Solo are the only two non-RAWF official RAWF members that are still in the tournament. For once, I mean, it's a good chance. That's a good field. It's going to be very interesting to see. Denzel right now taking on Juan Solo. You get the winner of Sassy Applebee's and Strangleheart if you get this Big Matt. So yeah, very interesting.
I feel like this is the first time I will ever say this, and probably the last time I'll ever say this in the history of ever. But I'm actually rooting for Strangleheart. Look, you take that for what you want. She has taken me out of this tournament 3 years straight. 3 years in a row, she has been the person who has taken me out of this tournament. Now, 2 of those times she won, so I feel less bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look, Steve, you see that? We're gonna back up because, last week we were here and someone decided to maybe mouth off a little, and I let it be known that it wasn't cool. And Randy apparently also decided it was cool because not only did he make the match last week, but then he made the match again. So I fought him 2 times in a row, and I have made this man unconscious in multiple different ways in the course of a single week, and he doesn't learn. Steve, shut up while you're behind. You're about to go against Paragon, the second best wrestler in RAWF, and it's gonna be the same thing again.
Well, give the guy credit for having some moxie, even if he doesn't have
I
the.
will give him that, and I will say this. I'll even say, like, look, he learned just from that first match. He learned. He did better in the second match than he did in the first match. He didn't do well, but he did better. He actually managed to like lay a hand on me, so that was good for him, you know. And you know, and I, you know, and I will say this. Not only that, he did something that not a lot of people do. Well, either I had already hurt him so badly he kind of tripped and fell when I went for the Memento Mori, or he saw coming and dodged. I'm not 100% sure what happened. I mean, so you know, then I just choked him out. But you know, he got out of the way of a Memento Mori, and that's not something that happens a lot. So I mean, I think if he can figure out how to stop charging into dragon hordes, he might actually have a career ahead of him. I'll give him that. He's learning. So, but he really needs he just needs to stop poking dragons because, you know. Speaking of poking things, do you remember like a few years ago when we had some of those disputes? You know, when I ended up owning the tower for a while. Do you remember Portia, my lawyer?
Oh, your lawyer. You have a lawyer named Portia. Okay.
Yeah. Different spelling. No ch.
Okay. Do
you remember her?
I remember her.
Yeah. So she's probably going to be really interesting to some stuff that's been going on around here with, you know, all this, you know, gimmick infringement and, you know, the Temu versions of me showing up. I'm just saying, like, she's chomping at the bit to come in at that. Just saying.
At any rate, tomorrow, you heard the comments of Redneck Avenger as you go one-on-one with him tomorrow here in Dublin. And I don't think he meant it disrespectfully.
I didn't take it. I said, look, if there is anyone in this company that is an actual warm-up match for facing off with Paragon, it's me. Right? And much the same way. Like, you know, a good warm-up match to face me is Paragon. Steve didn't have that luxury. He just had to face me twice. But, you know, look, it is what it is. When you get to that level, when you get to that rarefied air, you know, you steel sharpens steel, as they say. And I'm looking forward to this match with RA for multiple reasons. Once I've said this in the past many times, I love fighting RA. Like, there are very few people who like, you know what? I'll even use the term because we're here in Ireland, who like a Donnybrook as much as RA. There's very few people who just have the sheer glee of it, right? And I appreciate that. So every time he and I have a fight, whether it's just a random, you know, Tuesday night match, whether it's, you know, an undercard match, whether it's for a title, it doesn't matter. What I know is I'm going to have a great match. It's just going to be a great match because it's RA. You know, and you know, just so he's saying that I'm his warm up for Paragon. Look, he's my warm up for going against DW and Chev. So I can't complain, right? I got a Hall of Famer to go, you know, as a warm up to go face another Hall of Famer and, you know, some dude.
Yeah, should be a hell of a match between you and RA tomorrow here in Dublin, no doubt about it. With that all being said, Griff, any final thoughts on your Triple Crown match?
Look, you know, I threw a little shade Chev's way just because, you know, I got to be me. But I've said this before. I know exactly what DW is bringing to that ring. Right? I almost said Dev. I know exactly what DW is bringing to that ring. We've done this dance countless times. I'm actually genuinely not worried there. What concerns me is that I don't have a ton of in-ring experience against Chev. I mean, there's only so much you can learn by watching tape, right? By watching how they fight other people, how to do things. How they fight you may be completely different. And I don't have a lot of that experience. So I'm going to have to just go, you know, balls to the wall and just do my best to just take him out before he can get any momentum.
All right. should be one.
Paragon, do me a favor. Just sit on him. Just like not tomorrow. Now, like just walk over and sit on him.
Steve. I don't know what's weirder. Steve just keeps coming at you, or Hobo out there. Have you seen what Hobo's been doing?
I try to ignore what Hobo's been doing. What is he doing? It usually involves eating gross things, so I don't watch.
I mean,
was he in his singlet again?
No, he seems to be having some issues. Believing a certain Irishman is back and is with him. Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to see him.
All right, Griff. Thank you for your time tonight. We appreciate you as always.
And I'm here to help.
I know you are. You're just gonna to make things worse. Is what you're gonna
No, I'm here to help ratings.
We'll go with that. Have a good night, sir.
All right, bye. That's my line. What the hell?
All right, just a quick reminder of tomorrow's show, ladies and gentlemen, here in Dublin at the 3 Arena. Men's Championship, Blake Bradley defending against Anthony Patrick. We've got the Superstars Championship. It will be Kenta taking on Destroyer. And then we have a preview of the main event at Radiversary in a Hatfield and McCoy contendership match. Chris Cage takes on the Teflon Sheik. It's going to be a wild night in Dublin. I'd like to bring Maeve in for one last to do. Maeve, if you'd come in for a second.
I don't have no more biscuits. I don't know where English got that one from.
Damn it! Not even in.
Made me sit there and drink a dry tea.
I'm sorry. They're good.
I know they're good.
He slipped you a scone. I saw it.
At any rate, what's going out there with Hobo?
I wish someone would tell me. He seems to think that he's conversing with Liam, but you all clearly see there's no blonde Irishman out there. Have you heard even one poem?
No, I haven't heard one poem.
There once was a man from Nantucket. No, I'm sorry.
You're neither blonde nor Irish.
No, I'm kind of the antithesis of both.
So I'm not entirely sure what has gotten into Hobo's feeble mind this time. I texted Liam to see if he knows anything about it, but I hadn't heard back from him yet.
All right, well, we shall see.
I thought you didn't have any actual corporeal form and it's all an illusion, more Corcoran. Make up your mind.
All right. Well, just a reminder, everybody, the Judgment Memorial Tournament is going to be in sign-ups here for a couple of weeks. Make sure you get in. It's going to be remember our good friend Judgment, one of the founders of RAWF, and this company would not be the same today if it wasn't for him. So, won't you give us a traditional Irish send-off there, Maeve? You got anything that?
What? You just put me on the spot, why don't you?
Well, it's you.
Oh my Lord! What is going on out there? Good Lord!
I know they have an Irish goodbye. She should just get up and leave.
All right, now I'll say the thing that my grandma always used to say when we were leaving her house, and I'll say it in English so that I don't have to translate. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Good night, boss man.
Good night, Maeve. Good night, El Vacant. This has been RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network. We will see you all next week right here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday night for more information on Radiversary and RAWF. Till then, what she said.
shield.